All right, so I wanted to make a video talking about anger specifically because I had an experience yesterday that was really mind blowing and really heart opening as well. I am going to be taking little bites here and there, so. Anger, man, is such a confusing trait to follow. The world has moved from anger, and the world has stopped from anger. And so, what my message to you is if you're angry about something, don't lash out, don't take it out. If you have a problem that you know you can find a solution to, more of the reasons why people are mad is because, one, they have a solution, they can't act on it. Two, they don't have a solution, they don't know how to act on it. And then three, they just use their anger all of the time. Like if you're in a conversation, you can't confront somebody because in order to do so, you're mad. If you're sad, you have to be mad to be able to talk about why you were glad and mad in the first place. Point is, a lot of people don't know how to control their anger, but if you can control your anger and use it, what's called righteous anger, it's literally in the Bible. If you take your anger and you turn it towards something that you know for a fact will change the life of yours and many others, sometimes you just gotta say fuck it and just do what you gotta do, man. A lot of people will sit here and get you all mixed up, worked up, and it's like, whatever. Because if you are a God-fearing man, you know that this is just babble from spirits within them, spirits being just the torment they experience in their mind. And I don't have to worry about none of that, because not because I'm perfect, but because I do know the difference between right and wrong, and as long as I'm going for right, and I'm pushing away the wrong, the truth always comes out, right? Especially if you do things not because you are angry, but because you're so angry that there is no change, that you force the change to happen. Sometimes that's kind of the best thing, but it is very troublesome because you feel like everything around you is falling, nothing's going to work, and yada, yada, yada. Best thing I can say, dude, is just like, so going back to my story, I'll leave it with a good note and a good happy ending. So I have been wrestling with my skateboard stuff since I have been injured. In the back of my mind, I was like, I'm going to hop back on that board one day and I'm going to be able to skate, you know? And I have a crooked foot. Like my foot legit turns past 90 degrees. It's like almost a 180 degree turn. So you like more around like 130, 140. So my foot does not work. My foot has been fucked up from skateboarding. My life was good with skateboarding because of the people in it, but the things that skateboarding did to me was fucking awful to my body. Like my body could not handle it, and I was forcing it to handle it because my life sucked. And I got really angry for so many years, like, I will get back on this board. Blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, I knew I wanted to do other stuff. And God, not to get too religious, had other plans for me as well. But I was too angry to see that because I was angry because I wanted closure instead of angry because I wanted a solution. And this is where I have learned, instead of being angry, I'm not back on the board and staring at the board like, I will, rah, rah, rah. I'm not working towards anything. I'm just sitting here like pointing and cursing. And you know, that's just waste of time, man. I can't tell you how many minutes I spent telling myself, not that I could have been, but that one day I will be so I could be. You know, and it doesn't make sense when you have limited time on this earth and you know that you're not going to be able to do it and it's going to take your entire life just to be able to get back on that board. Like my entire body is shot from skateboarding. And also other stuff in my life which I will not dabble about. But skateboarding has fucking aged my body by like 10 or 15 years because of the falls and all that stuff and the crazy shit that I did. So giving away my stuff, I got really mad. I was like, man, I can't use this shit. I need money. So I went and I took it. I was hoping to get money. Went to my local skate shop. And instead they're like, hey man, we don't really give out money anymore. We just kind of like accept donations. So if you got stuff, we'll take it. And I gave the dude about like $100, 120 worth of stuff. Definitely could have got $30 back somewhere else, but I was like, man, there was a skate shop called Pit Crew back in the day, and there was a dude in there. I said, dude, I have no money. I have no job. I'm not homeless. I'm a workless teenager. Workless teenager at the time. I don't have anything going for me. All I'm doing is like watching my brother skate, watching his friends skate, and I really want to skate too. I don't have the money for a board. And somebody just picked up a board and said, "Here, I'll even pay for it if the owner has an issue." And he talked to the owner of the shop. Owner of the shop was like, "Man, he doesn't have a board. He's hanging around all these skaters. Give him a board, man." And I could have, would have kept, but at the same time, I have it in my heart what board I got, my very first board. Silver Thunders, man. Spitfire wheels. I always had Spitfire wheels, Reds bearings, and my Silver Thunders, bro. It was a good time. It was a good experience. I had so much fun and I had so much life. And now it's hard to let that go. It's hard to not be angry about it. This is how you can use your anger in a good moment. Because the dude said, maybe you can get money elsewhere. And I looked at it and I got mad. And I resolved it and said, you know what? I'll just give it to somebody. I'll give all of my stuff to somebody that may want to hop on a board. Because they said if we give this stuff to kids in need that really want to hop on a board that doesn't have any money to do it. And I was in that predicament once, and I had a full complete. Hasn't been touched in years. It may need a little cleaning because bearings do get like that, not wear and tear, but where they don't spin because they get dry. It needs a little bit of lubricant, but dude, it'll work like brand new as soon as you get it lubed up. And it was really hard for me to let that go. And I even said, God, I need something to let go. And I got a shirt. Dude gave me a shirt for free. And my mom even made a funny point. She's like, that was probably better than money, wasn't it? And I was like, in a way it was. Because I'm supporting something that I used to do when I was a kid. And even though I can't do it anymore, I still want to see other people like it helped me. I was a menace, man. I was a drug addict back in the day. I was drug dealing back in the day. I was getting into some crazy ass fights. You name it. Like I was going to be involved in it. You name it. All kinds of whatever illegal shit, breaking and entering and stuff. I was literally involved in all of that shit. And I'm glad that I turned my life around since I've been disabled. Because it's a small thing. One man's trash is another man's treasure. And I really hope that kid has a board. And even if it breaks, I don't care if it breaks. It's not in a breakable condition. But what I'm saying to you is even if that it's not kept, preserved, whatever, yada, 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 at least it's not collecting dust and somebody's building memories with it like I was able to build memories with on my board. So point being, it's leaving on that good note, man. It's just sometimes doing things out of positive, righteous anger. Not anger because you're like, but anger because you're tired of your situation and you want it to change. It leads to very good things. Especially when you're not afraid of the hurt. That is the biggest warning I can leave you with, is just don't be afraid of the hurt. Because I'm going to be honest, for the rest of my life, it's going to hurt knowing that I will never, ever be able to skate on a skateboard. No matter how good I am, I'll never be able to land a trick because of my crooked foot. And it's like, I could have used that and turned that into a whole spiel. And instead, we turned it into a 10-minute motivation of like, man, anger can move you. Or it can stall you. And anger has stalled me for long enough. So hopefully it helps somebody out there that's also being stalled by anger. I love everybody. Hope you're having a good day. Hopefully this helps. Another deep talk out, man. Peace.